minutes. Allison?
Ellen, thank you. Only on News 5 tonight, many people are turning to CBD to help with a number of health conditions. But cannabis doctors say patients may not know what they're signing up for, which is why some manufacturers want the FDA to step in. News 5's Colette Bordelon joins us now to explain how you can keep yourself safe.
That's right, Allison. From contamination to lies on labels, a local company says the lack of regulation on CBD across the nation has left many loopholes that can ultimately hurt those seeking help. It's why they're calling on the FDA to do something, and fast.
This is 0.5 kilogram of raw concentrated extract CBD oil.
CBD can be made into a number of things.
Soft gels, balms, little tinctures.
Becoming more and more popular.
There's no way that this industry is going to go away.
And forcing some who work with it.
Counting soft gels, which have already been pre-made.
To ask for more regulations.
Probably now the fastest growing division of our company, if we can call it a division.
But it took Neil Butterfield, who's owned Mineralife for around 2 decades, bringing it into his own facility to manufacture it himself.
It's just a free fall. And anybody that can get into it is getting into it. But a lot of companies out there are not following any sort of good manufacturing practice. Equipment and room use logs for every piece of equipment.
His company takes the same rules the FDA uses for dietary supplements and applies them to CBD. However, it's important to note the FDA does not legally allow CBD to be marketed as a dietary supplement.
To ensure that the end product that the consumer gets is not contaminated or adulterated in any way.
He says their products are guaranteed to have the amount of CBD claimed on the label and that they avoid any contamination.
We test every single raw material that comes in, and we test every single finished product batch that gets produced.
But that's not the case for many CBD products out there. For instance, the FDA recently sent out warnings to 15 companies that were selling CBD illegally. One of those businesses right here in Colorado.
There's a lot of knowledge gap within the FDA when it comes to CBD. I think that they need to lean on the industry a little bit.
We reached out to the FDA. They directed us to their website. That has information on what they're working to learn about CBD. Right now, they say they have limited data on the safety of it. Only one CBD product used for severe epilepsy has been approved, and CBD is being marketed with unproven medical claims.
I think that the hype has to do with trying to sell the products.
Dr. Roderick Gatula, a cannabis physician, says the labels of many products go over the top with their claims.
Although it's an excellent drug to be able to help with a lot of those diseases, there's not the kind of research out there yet that can tell you that it works for sure for many of the things that are claimed.
He says one of the biggest problems is a lack of education for people out there using it. For instance, he says it typically takes around 2 to 3 weeks to see results, and effects can vary dramatically from patient to patient.
And I would say that 75% of them are not using it optimally. And when I ask how they've decided on what they're doing, it's all trial and error.
His best advice for consumers is to check for third-party testing before buying anything.
I'm not sure if FDA is the right organization to do it, but I think there absolutely has to be regulation of the products that are coming out.
Still, Butterfield says he sees a need for the FDA to get involved.
So the information's out there. I think what really needs to be done here is the FDA needs to make a decision. Is this a drug? Or is some version of it going to be marketed and be allowed as a dietary supplement?
He says another way consumers can protect themselves, checking to make sure there's a lot number. Because if it doesn't have one, it's unlikely it was produced with good manufacturing practices.
I think the FDA, number one, needs to do something, and they need to do it really quickly.
For something he says is only growing and needs attention now.
There are lots of resources you can use before going out to buy CBD products. One is the Realm of Caring, a cannabis education center based right here in the Springs. Another, a website called Project CBD. Just click on Beginner's Guide to get started. We have those links for you on KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Colette Bordelon, News 5.
Colette